Roads in various areas of Imphal East and Imphal West were deserted looks amid COVID curfew. And India reports single-day spike of above 4,03,000 new COVID-19 cases and 4,092 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate stands to 82.15%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Sunday Afternoon Bulletin and I'm Kanel Shambanduram with you. First of all, Impact TV would like to wish all our viewers a very happy Mother's Day. And to stay protected from coronavirus, please do not forget to wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly and maintain a safe distance from one another. Please remember that the fight against the COVID-19 is not over yet. Now, the news in details. In the wake of upsurge in COVID-19 active cases, Manipur government has imposed curfew in 7 districts of the state. Roads were deserted looks in various areas of Imphal West and Imphal East district as movement was strictly restricted except for essential and medical emergencies. District police gave strict visits since morning. Many business transaction centers, including Pauna and Thangal market, remained closed. Police issued a challan to those shop owners who violate curfew. Police detained curfew violators. Police personnel appealed short for public cooperation and further warned of stern actions against curfew violators. Kakching MLA M. Rameshwar appealed to people to abide by the curfew and stay indoor. He was speaking on the sideline of spraying disinfectants at the market, hospitals, COVID care centers and community home isolation center in Kakching district by members of BJP Kakching Mandal today. MLA M. Rameshwar said government announced the curfew in wake of COVID situation in the state. He termed people violating curfew as unfortunate. He sought for public cooperation in overcoming the disease. One RTI activist has alleged CEO of Senapati District ADC Ka Khapudang and 4 members of the council of giving money from the development fund meant for tribal people to a faction of NSC and IM and threatening 4 RTI activists. The activist has also urged National Investigation Agency to investigate the matter. According to Impact News sources, 4 RTI activists from Senapati District filed an RTI to CEO of Senapati District ADC regarding the development fund meant for Phaibong, Karong, Ngairi and Fuba. The CEO failed to reply and also kept quiet when Manipur Information Commission directed to respond to the matter. 1 month after filing the RTI, the NSC and IM factions allegedly threatened the 4 activists. Out of the 4 activists, 3 are hiding and 1 is confined at home. Chief Information Commissioner of the Manipur Information Commissioner event after filing a written complaint to DG, no steps have been taken up so far. The activists appealed to investigate the matter at the earliest. Amid curfew, a team of Nongpok Singmai police stationed OC, including women personnel, arrested 4 individuals in possession of the 5 kilograms of opium during a frisking operation near Thumkong, Larimbi at IVR of Chandra Khong village foothills around 4 p.m. yesterday. During the operation carried out under the supervision of Taubal District Police SP, 5 kilograms of opium enclosed in the 6 plastic polythene bags were seized from 2 individuals who came on 2-wheeler vehicles without registration number. The miscreants are 38-year-old Kimboy Kipgen, wife of Jang Min Thang Kipgen, and 19-year-old Mang Pilun Kipgen, daughter of Jang Min Thang Kipgen, both from Molen village in Kangpokpi district. Upon interrogation, 2 other persons were also arrested with a white-colored 2-wheeler vehicle with no registration number. They are 30-year-old Lim Jao Pao Kipgen, son of Seiko Kai Kipgen from the Bongba Kulen in Kangpokpi district, and 32-year-old Shaimin Lend Khongsai, son of late Thonglam Khongsai from the Eld Molnomd village. A case has been registered against the four for further action. State government has issued an order to reinstate K.H. Ibotombi as a Chandal district fishery officer. Denouncing the reinstatement notice, members of a Chandal district fishery farmers development committee carried out a protest demonstration today. Fishery Minister S. Rajain has appealed to those concerned not to hold protests against the same. Rajain said that K.H. Ibotombi had earlier held the post in the Chandal district fishery officer. He asserted that the fishery inspector Sumind Pikhimd had replaced Ibotombi as a fishery officer in charge for a short period during his posting in the head office. He maintained that the state government issued the order following Guwahati High Court's order to reinstate Ibotombi as a Chandal district fishery officer.
Sandian District Fishery Farmer Association da yang appeal tawningi hauji COVID-19 gi second wave da pasina maram morakanda prajamiyam da mipaina dana lelinge matamda sarkarna matam gi oiba department gi oiba adugumba policy program local pakanda Farmer Association na prabha tanadabada gi ekoi changjal libo khongchang adu piu koina na hairiba district officer sumi pikamdi masagi asengba inspector ni aduga Ibotombi na project officer ni Guwahati High Court ki order do ekoi comply tawini.
Agriculture Minister cum the Wangoi MLA Oinam Lukhoi today distributed COVID-19 relief items to families residing in containment zones areas of the constituency. He appealed to the public to abide by COVID-19 related SOPs issued by the state government at all times to ward off the disease. The minister urged to all those who are eligible to get themselves vaccinated against COVID-19. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on coronavirus cases in India and the world. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
You are watching Impact TV. Engaging, empowering, and impacting lives.
Welcome back after the break. You are watching Sunday Afternoon Bulletin. India has reported 4,03,738 new COVID-19 confirmed cases in the past 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, India's COVID tally has reached 2,22,96,414 and there are 37,36,648 active cases. That total stands at 2,42,362 with the addition of the 4,092 new COVID-19 fatalities. On the positive note, 3,86,444 people were discharged in the past 24 hours, rising the total recovered cases to 1,83,17,404. India's recovery rate stands at 82.15%. Maharashtra has the highest active cases of above 6,30,000 in the country. Over 16,94 lakh people have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in India so far. Globally, coronavirus has infected above the 15,83,36,000 people. Above 32,97,000 people have died and recoveries are above 13,58,09,000. United States of America has the highest active cases of above 6,53,000 in the world, followed by India and Brazil. COVID-19 active cases are surging in the northeast states as well. Assam ranks highest with 36,799 active cases, followed by Manipur with 3,851 and Meghalaya with 2,678 active cases. There are 2,568 active cases of COVID-19 in Tripura, 2,651 in Sikkim, 2,711 in Nagaland, 2,500 500 in Arunachal Pradesh and 1,819 in Mizoram. United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) has acknowledged the SARS-CoV-2 virus behind the COVID-19 pandemic is airborne and can be transmitted through very fine aerosols particles released during respiration. This means that wearing double face masks, hand hygiene and maintaining at least 6 feet of social distancing will be best way to avoid being exposed to COVID-19. The CDC updated its public guidelines on Friday, where it mentioned that SARS-CoV-2 is transmitted by exposure to infectious respiratory fluid. The agency said that while talking, people release respiratory fluids which then settled on the nearby surface or can remain suspended in the air. It also mentioned that the larger droplets settled out of the air rapidly within seconds to minutes, while the very fine droplets and aerosol particles can remain suspended in the air for minutes to hours. The agency said noted that although infections through inhalation and distances greater than 6 feet from an infectious source are less likely, an infectious person exhaling a virus indoors for an extended time more than 15 minutes and in some cases hours can lead to concentration of the virus in the air, which may then infect people even if they are 6 feet away. The CDC's guideline update comes nearly a month after a paper was published in the Lancet Journal on April, claiming that the SARS-CoV virus is predominantly transmitted through the air. The Health Ministry has revised the national policy for admission of COVID patients to various categories of the COVID facilities. This patient-centric measures aims to ensure, promote effective and comprehensive treatment of the patients suffering from COVID-19. As per the same directive to all state and union territories, requirements of the positive test of COVID-19 virus is not mandatory for admission to a COVID health facility. No patients will be refused services on any count. This includes medications such as oxygen or essential drugs, even if the patients belong to a different city. No patient shall be refused admission on the ground that they are not able to produce a valid identity card that does not belong to the city where the hospital is located. Admissions to hospitals must be based on need. It should be ensured that beds are not occupied by persons who do not need hospitalization. Further, the discharge should be strictly in accordance with the revised discharge policy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore on his 168th birth anniversary today. The Prime Minister in his tweet said, quote unquote, "On Tagore Jayanti, I bow to the great Gurudev Tagore. May his exemplary ideals keep giving us strength and inspiration to build the India he dreamt of." Rabindranath Tagore was born to Debendranath Tagore and Sarada Devi on the 7th of May of 1861 in the Jorasanko mansion in Jorasanko in North Kolkata, West Bengal. Tagore was an Indian polymath, a poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer and painter. Author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh and beautiful verse of Gitanjali, he became in 1913 the first non-European as well as the first lyricist to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Some of his best work includes Gora, Ghare Baire, Chaturanga, etc. Tagore's verse, short stories and novels were acclaimed or penned on their lyricisms, colloquialisms, and naturalism and unnatural contemplation. His composition was chosen by two nations as national anthems: India, Jana Gana Mana, and Bangladesh, Amar Sonar Bangal. Rabindranath Tagore died on August 7, 1941. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid tributes to freedom fighter Gopal Krishna Gokhale and the celebrated warrior King Maharana Pratap, both of whom were born on this day. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Roads in various areas of Imphal East and Imphal West were deserted amid COVID-19 curfew. India reports a single-day spike of above 4,03,000 new COVID-19 cases and 4,092 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate stands to 82.15%. Well, thank you so much for being with us. For more news and update, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Until then, have a great Sunday afternoon.